All right, hey, you've heard those commercials for payday loans and cash advances, but do you really know what you're getting yourself into on those?
Daniel Gamez is a debt settlement attorney, and he is putting us to the test this morning, and you may be surprised to find out what is in the fine print of those payday loans. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Payday loans are they're a bad thing to get involved with. There's currently, I think, 12 million individuals in America taking out about $80 billion in payday loans every year.
$80 billion.
We've seen a lot of these places, and they tend to congregate, unfortunately, around military bases.
That's right.
Quite often. And I know that there's been some legislation, some rules put in place to prevent them from being predatory institutions. So regulators are pretty concerned about what's going on there, but the people that are taking out the money, do they understand?
I don't think they do. They're really just kind of getting involved in a trap because they're desperate for money and they're out there. There's now more than, I think they said that now there's more payday lending stores out there than there are McDonald's and Starbucks combined.
Unbelievable.
Now,
hey, let's put
they
us to
charge
the
a
test this morning.
huge rate, right?
Huge rates, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's take question number one. How many payday loan borrowers are able to repay their debt on time without reborrowing again within 14 days? 15%, 30%, 50%, or 75%? Mark.
He's cheating. He can see your answers.
No, I'm not looking at his answer.
Yes, you are.
Wait, okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look what's under her desk.
I put it under the desk.
Yeah.
He's cheating.
Okay.
But the answer is?
I'm going to say 15% because I don't think very many of them can pay it back.
That's right. It's it's a $300 loan. You're paying $55 in interest, so that's getting taken out right away. And then you're at your next paycheck. Most of them are taking the money right out of your checking account, so you have no choice but to maybe go in and get another one.
Oh, so it becomes a cyclical thing for people. Okay, next question.
Okay, next question. What is the percentage of payday loans rolled over or followed by another loan within several weeks? 50, 70, or 80%?
70.
80%.
80%?
Yes.
80%?
80%. And again, it's just you fall into a trap and you need that money again the next month and you don't have it because they've already taken it out of your account. You go to another one and another one, it just kind of snowballs.
Okay. Shocking. Okay.
Are there any regulations as to how much interest they can charge on these things?
There's really not. It's 15% is what they tell you you're paying, but if you put that out over a year, it's 400% to 500% that you're paying.
Because it's 15%
for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
And then it compounds and on and on and on. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay, next question.
Okay, what's the best solution to avoid a payday loan? Wait on the purchase until the next paycheck? Get a loan from a friend or family, or borrow on a credit card? It's close,
Listen
Mark.
to that.
Wait on that purchase.
Okay, you didn't give us a choice of all of the above, but I'm going to say any option. It sounds better than taking out that payday loan.
And I agree with you. The last choice for me would be credit card, obviously.
Right.
But even if you're doing a credit card, it's better than paying that 400% because if you take out cash advances, I think the interest rate's around 25%. So it's going to be a better deal for you than
it's still really expensive though.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that is really interesting though, because I think a lot of people don't realize what they're getting themselves into. They see themselves in a desperate situation and don't know what else to do. They may not have family or friends to turn to.
That's right. So, again, last resort credit card, but it's much better than taking out one of these payday loans.
Now, because this does tend to happen to military families a lot, is the military involved in any way to try to help with the situation?
You know who is involved now is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, and they're really getting ready to start regulating this. They came out a few days ago and said that they're going to put out regulations on lenders, so we're waiting now to see what they're actually going to do with it. They're kind of vague on what they're going to do, but we can see more and more.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems odd to me that the banks are so heavily regulated, the stock market's so heavily regulated, and these are like loan sharks.
They are.
Out there, just operating freely.
They are, and a lot of them were based on tribal lands, and they don't feel like they're subject to the laws of the United States. So I think we're going to see that coming in with the new legislation.
Hey, we have one more question before we run out of time.
All right, true, false. Borrowers of high-interest payday loans shell out more in fees than they borrow from a lender. Mark.
Well, it got to be true.
That's true. That's true. And I'm working with somebody right now that has, he took out a $300 loan to help a friend, and it snowballed, and he's now owing over $12,000 in these payday loans.
A $300 loan turned into a $12,000 disaster?
Snowballs. One after another, to where you're working to pay back the loans and there's nothing left.
So again, let's talk alternatives though, because again, I understand how this happens, and I think most of our folks in the military especially, they're pretty smart people. They're getting into this situation very reluctantly. What else can they do? I mean, we mentioned, borrowing from family. Well, you know what? So the family doesn't have any money. I don't have any more credit cards. What else do I do?
you're really kind of stuck, and you need to, you know, we always talk about budgeting for your future and things like that. The best thing you can do is try to plan ahead for what you're going to be spending and put some money away in a rainy day. I mean, I know it's difficult to do, but you can't get in this trap. It's a difficult thing to get out of.
You never know when your car's going to need new tires or the unexpected medical bill comes up. So good advice. Try to save for that rainy day. All right, Daniel, thank you so much.
Daniel, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Good to see
it.
you.